overcooked a little bit. Is it trending on CoinMarketCap? No, right? That's recent searches, so ignore that. It's not trending. It's not trending on either of the big aggregators. So by that very subjective, now that is very subjective, but that subjective measure, there's not a lot of hype for AKT yet. And that's because even though it's looking good, it's not on people's radars. But you know when it will be on people's radars? If it does 5 green weeks in a row. Right? And, you know, because let's go back to Aave, because what it did after that was then it pulled back. Okay? That was when it had its pullback. So this was DeFi summer, if you remember. This was DeFi summer. And if I copy that, and then we move over here, and I paste it in, I'll show you what I mean. Right? It's not going to be this big, I don't think. But the point is, if you get like this, and AKT goes up, and next week it goes up, and the following week it goes up, and the following week it goes up, and then it goes up, everyone's going to be talking about it because it's just parabolic. No pullbacks. Green weeks only. Like it did over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green weeks. Then what happened? It obviously pulled back. Now this is in a bear market, don't worry. Or late bull, whatever. So for me, that's the point at which, when everyone's talking about it, maybe it gets a Binance listing or a big exchange listing or whatever, that's when it's most likely to top out and pull back. So I want to be clear. I don't think AKT is anywhere near done yet, but it also doesn't mean that unless you have a plan, it doesn't mean it's necessarily a good time to buy it. Right? You should only buy something if you think that you can't get a better entry. And we're in this awkward phase where I do think that, let's say it did that, let's say it did exactly that, those 5 weeks, right? And then it pulled back 70% from here. Go down 70, there you go, right? So by that metric, again, if you're an investor, you're not trying to trade this, then yeah, it goes up for 4 more weeks, but then it pulls back 70%, way below, down to 160, and you bought 320. So you bought double. You bought at 100% increase in what it was, right? That's fine for me. I can buy more AKT because I'll know when to sell it. For me, doesn't mean I'll sell the top, but it means I know I'm a trader. I trade every day. I can go onto the fucking 1 hour chart if I need to and try and trade it. But if that's not your game, if you're working and you're in the campus and you're hustling to make money, you're learning trading, and you want to know, should I get AKT or should I not? You have to make your own decision on that. You didn't know it existed a day ago, a week ago, whatever, depending when you join. So if you want to buy it, it is a bit of FOMO, because if you didn't know something existed a week ago, now you know it exists and you're desperate to buy it. It's just because you're having fear of missing out. And I'm saying this more so because I just have a feeling that Akash is just going to keep going up, because I've seen this game before, and it's going to go higher and higher and higher. And I'm going to get questions this week and next week and the following week. Should I buy? You said there'd be a pullback. You said wait. You said wait. Should I wait? Should I wait? And my answer is going to be 1, I don't know. I can only estimate. And 2, this is what FOMO is. It'll keep going and then go again and then go again until people buy at $4, at $5, at $6. And then it flushes them and wrecks them. Because if you estimate the 200-day moving average coming up, it's going to move something like this. Right, again, if we go back and we look at how Aave moved, right? Accelerated up and then it went sideways. So it would accelerate up as price goes up, and then it would go sideways as price comes back. And so from there, is it going to do that? Is that going to be the pullback? If it does, if we push towards $6, I think $3 does become the most likely support. And if it also gets the 200-day around then I could see that. But if you're looking at that, this is a better time to buy than here. Because I don't know if this is going to happen. But I do know that whenever it goes to the 200 day, that is the best time to buy. And, of course, if it doesn't go to the 200 day, you can use the 100 day. Right? Because it might not come exactly to the 200 day. Not every coin does. There's no rules in this market. So it might be the 100 day that comes up a bit steeper. And it doesn't give the pullback that people wanted. And it's really bullish. And it pulls back to there. I don't know, right? You know, you have to plan out different eventualities. So, you know, you can really overdo it and overtrade it and talk yourself out of it. And, you know, a lot of people were like, this is bearish, this is bearish. I was saying very clearly, none of this is bearish. It's going up. It's in an uptrend. It's been in an uptrend all the way. Bearish patterns are bullish in a bull market. Rounded top, bullish. Rounded top, bullish. They're bear traps. Everything below all-time high is a bear trap. And as AKT now moves towards the top, I don't know what is there an AI category here? Where the fuck's AI? AI and big data. So here it is. 700 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th on this chart, but ICP is not AI. Injective's not AI. Graphs, that's data. I prefer CoinGecko. I don't like CoinMarketCap. I don't think it's very accurate. And they did some scammy shit last cycle. Because CoinMarketCap's owned by Binance, so they always lean and bias towards Binance. That's why you see like Injective there. Injective's a Binance launchpad or a Binance invested project, I believe. CZ's invested in it. Which again, it's not like, you know, I don't have a problem with that. But here now, Akash has flipped fetch overnight on Corgi. Or it's flipped fetch, sorry. So Akash is now third. And it's the only one with momentum. Look, the rest of them are down, down, down. Akash has momentum. It needs to double to become the number one AI coin. So if you're looking at like local tops, it's stuff like that. If Akash suddenly becomes number one in AI, I'll be like, okay, probably from there, that might be where it tops out and money starts to flow back into Fetch and Render and BitTensor and we just see a reversion. It's always hard because you can't predict the market, but with any accuracy or you can't predict it with accuracy. You can't predict it with certainty. So I'm just saying if you're trying to get in, there will be an opportunity at the 100 or 200 day moving average at some point in the next few weeks or months. Whenever people are not bullish, that's a better time to buy. Everyone's super excited about Akash right now because it's just we're all making loads of money. So that's not usually a good time to enter. Fault Tech. Someone told me about this on stream the other day. Apparently it's like some AI coin as well. 20 mil market cap. Need to look into that. So that's Akash. And then ARB. So I opened an ARB trade. Here's the exact trade I was looking at last night. First thing, daily bands on the Michaels bands. So we touched them. Touched into the bands. Very good. Right, held them. We had the all-time high breakout over here. And we dipped back below. Oh no, it's below all-time high. I like that. That's going to shake people out. 4 hour, we touched the 50, right? It's held it so far, so that's pretty good. I'm looking at it kind of hoping it's similar to this. Seems to be so far. Would like to see it obviously reclaim quite soon for it to continue its momentum. But my main trade was, if you remember, I was drawing it on this over here with no indicators. It was, and yet this is where it's important to replay, right? It was when price was up here. And there it was. So price was there, breaking out. And everyone looks, oh, it's breaking out. This is never where you want to buy. If you like this big shakeout, you like this reaction, you like all of this, you don't want to be buying these breakouts. False breakouts are super common. So I just said very simply, sweep these levels. Sweep those lows. That's what I want to see. Why? Because that's where anybody who's FOMOed into this long, their stop loss is going to be. And so I set my orders, waited, and overnight, it came down, it cucked people. People thought that was the bottom. And take it out, right? So everyone gets stopped out there. And here we are. Now, do we go lower? Maybe. But in my trade, in my head, in my mind, I've done the right thing because I didn't buy with FOMO. I didn't buy up here. I didn't buy here. I didn't break my rules and buy here, right? Because my rules were, I want to see that sweep. We got the sweep. So the fact that I didn't buy here and I did buy down here means I've done my job. Whether the trade wins or not, I don't know. Again, I don't predict the market. But we play probabilities. And so instead of FOMOing, because this is where I lined the trade up, instead of FOMOing here, I got in at a 17, 18% correction. That's, for me, I'm happy. I've done my job. I've stuck to my plan. If it loses, it loses. For me, my hard stop is 160. Right? So my average entry is about 175, 176, I think. Because I put bids at 180 to 170. Or 172 to 180, something like that. I just pushed a bunch of bids around here. My average entry is around 176. My stop, my hard stop's 160. That was what I set, because overnight, I don't know how deep the wicks are going to go. And maybe Arbitrum, because we have a long wick here, maybe Arbitrum just fails this retest, has to come all the way back down, fill all this in, and ARB does its usual ARB thing, where it cucks people, like it did over here. We had a big long wick, and it just trended all the way down into it. Maybe it does that. I don't think it will. I think it's got momentum now finally, and it's broken all-time high, and I think it's going to reclaim that pretty quickly and swiftly and leave people behind. That's my trade. Again, I don't think it's certainly not 100% accurate. It certainly doesn't mean I'm going to be right, but that's the trade I'm taking. Yeah? So, that's it. GM, Akash and ARB. Talk soon.